Okay, so I have a video up where I made this top portion of my front end. It's basically just headlight support. It ties right into the bash bar and it all comes off as one piece. So I have a semi tube front end kind of. I still have the lower support that's OEM down there, but I'm gonna redo this top portion with something a little thicker because this is bent. I don't know if you can tell. It's a little lower on that side. I dropped the car off of a jack, trying to lower it, and the jack was janky. I should have known. And the bar ended up hitting, I believe, another jack stand or something I had under there, and bent the entire thing up. I, kicked it straight for the most part, and it's not too bad right now, but yeah, it's not straight. So I'm going to cut that out, start bending a new one, cut all these little supports off, and try to get at least the top portion bent into shape today, given it's kind of shitty out already. And yeah, if I can get this done this week, I'll be happy. I still have that drift event coming up. I'm gonna be at Lock City in Connecticut on March 18th. So if you're near Connecticut and want to see me drift for the first time on track, come out and see it. I don't think I'm gonna do too hot, but I'm gonna try my best. And I'm gonna try to make it a regular thing. I'm gonna try to sign up for all the drift events this year and just make it out, because I've built this thing for, drifting and just enjoying, and I want to enjoy it. So I'm gonna get started on this. All right, took off the upper bar, cut it off, and without a front end, this thing is so easy to work on. But I'm gonna cut off these supports now that are already kind of shitty. All right, so I got a 10-foot piece of pipe from Home Depot. I'm cutting at 8 feet so I can easily get to the middle of it. And it should be enough to do the front end here. All right, so I'm bending the first portions. That this section will hold the headlights right here. And then it'll bend again like right here, so it can connect to either the subframe there. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna connect it to, the subframe right there, whatever that's called, the frame, probably right in here on both ends. And this is my reference bend right here. I made this bend, I liked it, so I remade it with this, made a couple of relief cuts to be able to bend it back and forth a little easier. And it's exactly even with that black line. Ooh, if I can hold it still. Ooh. And you pump. The more you pump, the more it bends. All right, give me a second. All right, so this is what I got. Again, using this tube bender. I got it straight on the fender here, straight on the fender there. Did some simple measurements. It's probably a little crooked. I want to say this bend on this side isn't as aggressive as this one, but you really can't tell. I think it's pretty spot on. All these little marks here are 1 foot marks. So the bend is right at the radiator. Right at the radiator. I could shift it a little bit to the left. To the right. But I think it looks pretty good. Once I chop the excess off the tops here, I can flatten it and that'll give it a better look. But I think this looks good. I'm gonna work on chopping off maybe 4 inches, just so I'm closer to this mounting point right there. That's where I'm gonna mount it. I'm gonna do that on both sides. And once I get close to that, I will solidify how it mounts to the top, and then I will start doing the hood pin alignment. All right, so this is the progress. I ended up cutting it in half so I could match both sides and make it work right in the middle. And I'm liking this design a lot more than the other one. I've already welded the mounting plates there. I'm gonna finish up those welds once I take it off. And I started the middle here. It's also not finished, but I'll finish that. once it's off the car. I mocked up the headlights and it seems like they fit perfect right where they should be. Everything looks pretty even. Pretty even. Trying my best. I think this side could go a little higher, but it looks good. All right, so I finished the top half that I've been working on. I'm gonna weld these in just for extra support. I welded in one hood pin. I just tacked everything in place. I gotta do this side, and I gotta finish this support right here. It's just tacked in place right now. I'm gonna do the same on this side, weld that support, and actually put the bumper back on that I haven't run in maybe 2 years. Whoa, shit, almost fell. And it looks good. I like it. I like how this looks a lot. I do have the bumper pieces for this wide body, so I'm gonna throw those on, figure out a way to solidify this, and then I'll paint the front end and it should look really good. I really like it. Super aggressive. But yeah, this bar came out really good. Right now everything's held on by zip ties. Even the headlights are held on by zip ties, but it's holding on really nicely. Looks really good. So the next video, next segment of this will likely be when it's completely finished, and you know, I'll show the final product. But for now, this is it. I think I bought this piece of tubing from Home Depot for like 30 bucks, 40 bucks, and it's galvanized steel. I don't know the diameter on it, but it's a good thickness. It's not as thick as the bash bar, but it's like half the thickness. And yeah. All right, so I'll update in a minute. All right, this is the final product of the new bash bar, headlight support, radiator support, whatever you want to call it. I painted it tonight. Well, I painted it earlier today, maybe a few hours ago, and it dried pretty quick, so I threw it on, and I think it looks pretty good. I like the tone of the pink with the purple. I think that's a nice combo, color combo. This is just Krylon paint that I found. It came out pretty glossy for out the can. It's not perfect. I didn't sand this down or anything. I just cleaned it with, honestly, I cleaned it with brake cleaner, and then I painted it. I primed it. I used self-etching primer for metal, and I threw the paint on. I don't know how many coats, but I used 3 cans, and I think it looks really good. The headlights, obviously, are gonna go in there. I'm just zip tying them for now because I don't really care to weld headlight tabs. And I did weld hood pin tabs though. Those I wanted secure. So got the hood pin tabs there. The headlights fit on perfect with zip ties. I don't give a shit. I do have fog light tabs here as well for my fog lights, and this is the wiring. And I also have a little bracket right here that I made. It's just 2 pieces of plate. I'm gonna drill holes and put my oil cooler right there. I had it on this side just kind of hanging with zip ties as well, but I'm kind of tired of that hanging with zip ties, so I have a nice mount there now. And the intercooler is also mounted. Those have bolts under already, so this is all nice and solid. None of that moves. Yeah, that's it. I left this weld here. I was gonna like, what do you call that, grind it down so it's flat, but I kind of like that. You can tell, you know, where I made my cuts, and you know, you can see that this was home built. So I'm gonna call it a day at that. The next video will likely be doing my, I don't know what the next video is gonna be. I'm not sure if it's gonna be the E30 or this, but I will come up with another video soon. And this thing again will be at the first drift event of the year, so that's what I'm prepping for. The next thing I need to do is do my cage. The cage is still yellow. I'm gonna do the cage the same pink as that, and I have to put the backing plates for those poles there, whatever that's called. I don't know, the supports. And I'll do the bash bar in the back as well, because I think that'll look good. And it's kind of orangey pink under there. It's a neon pink, so it'll be a cool contrast, purple, pink, and neon pink. But yeah, that's it. Just watch out for the next video. For now, I'm gonna leave you all off with this.